Well, if there are two graphic impressions from round one, they're simple. Dela Hoya is so much taller, Pacquiao so much faster, and now Dela Hoya nails Pacquiao.
He can't find Pacquiao at the moment. Pacquiao's movement confusing him at the moment.
But right, if we're getting busy, watch to the jab. But right now, Manny is hitting him with his punches.
That momentarily shocked Oscar.
I think the speed has been bothersome for Oscar throughout the round, who simply can't believe how easily Pacquiao snakes his left hand right through the middle of Dela Hoya's guard. Dela Hoya lands a left hook. Pacquiao gets away.
He punched, but nothing landed too much for the most part.
Of his career, there was a moment when he was, even though dangerous and destructive, largely a one-note tune. Jab, jab, straight left hand. His ability to fashion the lead left hand, starting his offense with it, as he's doing there, shows how much he's progressed as a tactician.
One thing that you mean is very obvious. Oscar De La Hoya has very little head movement, but
Young fighter, he was always put in. The guy's a weight division too less than him. He isn't doing it yet.
Manny's upper body movement and his defense is very, very effective, what you say. Oscar cannot time his head movement the way he's moving and bobbing and weaving and dancing in and out.
Indeed, Dela Hoya is reduced to mostly trying to go at the body because he hasn't been able to find...
Oscar's left hand, one of the best weapons in the sport for over a decade.
The speed and variety of Manny Pacquiao on offense, the head movement defensively, the straight left hand up the middle. He has carved out an edge in the first couple of rounds against the longer. Landed only 6 of 56 attempted jabs, according to CompuBox. Dela Hoya hasn't really gotten his offense going, and he hasn't solved Pacquiao's game yet.
Something, you have to believe that.
He just landed a good left hook to the body there, and Pacquiao following Freddie Roach's instructions.
The punch with the snap and the speed is coming from Pacquiao. I don't see the punch, the snap in Oscar's punches as much as Manny is.
29.
Absolutely, absolutely. And right now, Oscar, I know he's into this kangaroo meat or whatever he's doing and things, but to me, he just doesn't look that strong when he does.
Right jab, left hand, and then he moves to the side. He's got Oscar turning. If Oscar can't get set, he can't get his punches long. And Manny's turning him. Oscar looks like a guy going up, doing a 360. 3-0. Manny Pacquiao based on not only clean punching, great generalship when he turns things.
He moves.
The right hand has never been a super destructive punch for Dela Hoya. I asked Freddie Roach yesterday in our meeting, I said, have you ever seen Oscar Dela Hoya really hurt somebody with the right hand? It's still Pacquiao's quickness dominating the slower Dela Hoya.
And if Oscar's not going to move his head, at least he'll keep his right hand to the center of his face, that jab. Manny could not time him so much, and even if he doesn't land his, I said, keep pumping. But he doesn't jab enough.
Good body shots there by Pacquiao. And if there was doubt coming in as to whether Pacquiao could affect Dela Hoya with his...
He complains, I can't handle the speed. And that's exactly what David Diaz said, but David Diaz wasn't a fighter of Oscar, but he could not handle the speed.
Oscar said he needed this fight to convince himself whether he could keep fighting. He's got 8 more rounds to find out whether...
in the world at that time, and since then has retired unbeaten. Low blow by Pacquiao. After
always beating him to the punch.
This is a terrible feeling. The worst thing it is, as I say, the deal, not handling speed. And he doesn't block those right hands at all. He has his right hand firmly stuck to the side of his face, and Manny just punches us like a wide open invitation.
Anything,
There's no defense.
He's getting into tactical fight plan than I personally had expected, and perhaps more so than Dela Hoya expected as well.
When a lot of the experts...
Good body shot by Oscar.
Biggest punch of the fight for Dela Hoya, and he suddenly gets it going with 3 left hooks.
And a lot of...
To get back into this fight.
Well, if judges are looking for a round to give to Dela Hoya, this might be the one, although now Pacquiao rallies down and prevent Pacquiao from countering him as effectively as he has so far.
Even a lot of those punches that Manny has landed, which is on the cuff, if you notice, he's never been warned. because Oscar has his cup extremely high. So they're really on the belt line. They're not on the really low punches.
And Dela Hoya looked scuffed up after fighting Steve Forbes in May. Fighting Manny Pacquiao is something entirely different from fighting Steve Forbes.
60-50 for Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya hasn't got off the schneid. He's getting shut out. And Freddie Roach used
the so-called smaller man, we'd see something more.
I think Jim summed it up. There's too much of everything. You just cannot figure out how to get into the fight, how to hold him off, how to get to him. There's too much of everything tonight.
Oscar is maybe trying to lay a trap, but Manny is too smart and too fast for it.
This fight's going to probably end up being stopped.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. And in the 7th round, De La Hoya has 0 answers for the Pacquiao assault.
No, he cannot do anything.
Pacquiao is making De La Hoya look old, slow, ineffectual. As though
Strong of this era, right now, he's looking like the immortal Armstrong.
And Oscar is barely throwing back. You wonder if Tony Weeks is thinking of stopping the fight.
Yes. Who's looking
Hard
entirely at
shots.
Oscar.
De La Hoya hasn't been down, but that may be the only thing that's keeping Weeks from stopping it.
He hasn't thrown a meaningful punch in nearly this whole round.
Pacquiao is closing in on landing 50 power shots in the round. It's the most power punches ever landed on De La Hoya in a single round of his career. And virtually all of his fights have been counted by CompuBox.
Right here you see Pacquiao landing punch after punch. And it's not so much just the way he's landing them. The body language and position of De La Hoya's body is that of a man that's defeated. It's passive. It looks like he's humbled himself. It doesn't.
David Diaz was closer to being in the fight against Pacquiao than Oscar De La Hoya is at.
Who is the most exciting little fighter in the world?
Little.
Big,
He looks
little
big
fighter.
tonight. This one, could you see Pacquiao against Margarito?
No, and he himself says he's going back to 140 after this fight. This could be the end of the fight here.
Yeah, Oscar has no defense at all. His body language is that he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do at all.
Well, all good things come to an end. Watching this, you wonder if you'll ever see Oscar De La Hoya hands of the fighter who may have the best chance of picking up his identity as the economic bell cow. Tony Weeks has a tough decision in front of him. There's a lot of glory and a lot.
Okay, listen. No. Listen. If you keep taking punches, I'm stopping the fight. Okay?
We're gonna stop it. Better we stop it. It's our decision, Oscar. It's a decision that we have to take. There's no reason to continue with this. He's too fast. Are you okay with that? You agree? Yes. One more round, or is that it? Is that it?
Right now, you're here. The corner is wanting to stop the fight.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Let's finish it. That's it. Let's go.
It's done. Manny Pacquiao has beaten Oscar De La Hoya.
And it was the right thing to do.
This was the last thing of all the choices we expected to see in this fight, which was a one-sided fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Official time at the end of round 8. Referee Tony Weeks calls a halt to the bout. The winner by TKO victory and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.